What's up, guys? Sub-Zero here, back for another VOD review. Today, I'm doing another VOD review of regionals because we're in this little bit of a lull period where people are kind of recovering from regionals. We haven't started like scrims for worlds and things like that just yet. And the other reason I wanted to do this VOD review is because we're VOD reviewing Cambulee here. Cam is the player, if you guys remember from my Marcel VOD review a couple of days ago. Cam is the player who actually scored the most points in the regional finals. 39 points. His scores were 5th, second. I think that was 5 seconds that I said out loud. So if this was any other tournament format, Cambulee would have been the first place player overall, and people would be talking about how much of a beast Cam is. Because it's checkmate, Marcel obviously gets the glory and the dub, and then people say, oh, you know, Cam played quite well, but, you know, bad luck on the day, I guess. And so I wanted to watch Cam because at the end of the day, he was the most performing player on this day. Very, very consistent. I mean, unfortunate that none of those seconds could convert into firsts, but hey, just saving the firsts for the World Championships, I guess. So we start off here, a bunch of like little pairs here. Honestly, not that much of an opener. I don't really love this like defenders opener that much until you pick up stuff like Sona, and then you're really happy about it. First augment wise, Gold Destiny, Crown's Will, Speedy, Double Kill. None of these jump out to me. I'd probably risk it on a Gold Destiny if these two don't look very good, and he is looking at that game plan. We do see Calc Loss here, which I think so many people like as an option. There's so much fast 9 full open. Any kind of econ augment feels good. The only person he has to worry about is Mr. Songs here, Robin Songs here, because Robin here has just he ended up taking Epoch, actually, so it's actually not even that bad versus Robin. He's going to actually not full open in the spot because I think he scouted Robin and saw, you know what, Robin's board is actually not quite horrible. It's actually going to potentially, yeah, I want to look at Robin's board again after this round, but I think he scouted until that Robin's board strong enough to actually beat him, so he can actually hold on to the J4 pair, which is nice, though. Isn't it just going to get sold here to make 20? I mean, Jarvan 2 is great and all, but you know what's even greater than Jarvan 2 is making 20 gold here, I imagine. We'll see here. I mean, yeah. Oh, wow, he actually... Oh, wow, this is crazy on multiple levels. So one, we do have to hold on to the Jarvan. Two, he sold off the Kiana, saying, you know what, I do want to make sure if I do fight somebody like Kai Wang here, who has a really, really weak board, I don't want to accidentally beat him. So, wow, sacking the 1 gold here and saying, you know what's actually more important than 1 gold is holding on to the Jarvan here, just because, one, it is going to be such a stabilizer in my early game here, just having this Jarvan, 2 that I can play around, and 2, late game, we can play into Demacia, though we are... Wow, he finds this board here and then immediately pivots the game plan from there. Holy. Okay, so the idea behind this is that, well, we found Cyan Pair and Shen 2. The big thing here is that we picked up Shen 2. Shen 2 is going to allow us to have a front line that actually works with LeBlanc here. So we're going to make the full Void Staff Slam here. Void Staff Slam here. Kind of a tongue twister. And get the LeBlanc unlocked here. We can play the LeBlanc on this board, still lose fights, still take damage, but, you know, save a lot of HP in a spot like this. Wow. I mean, this is already just kind of a masterclass early game from Cam here. I think so many people would have been, you know, not held on to the Jarvan. And then I think myself, after seeing that he held on to the Jarvan, I had a little bit of like oh, you know, we must hold on to the Jarvan if we're going to go this far. But no, he actually says, I don't even need to do that because I find this better opener to play around here. And it's a cool idea to play this, you know, not quite full open with Calc Loss. Say, you know what, this lobby's actually strong enough that I can loss streak this stage without actually full opening in the spot, so I can just play a pretty good board, sack here, save a ton of HP here. We're sitting at 80 HP here, and you know, hopefully going to be even a little bit higher after this round. And yeah, he is looking at this now, sacking this round here because we know Robin is 1 HP in our pool, though he sees that Robin actually plays a decent enough board. So yeah, he's going to swap back in to his board last second here, and he is going to survive on his 5 loss streak here. Yeah, 5 beautiful 5 loss here, and also a bunch of unit kills. Look at this, 76 HP, Robin 70 HP. This is something that I think a lot of people, I was watching the Frodan co-stream, they talked about it a lot, is just like how much HP this Cambulee guy is saving. 5 loss, 76 HP. I mean, it's just crazy, where I think Kai Wang didn't even 5 loss. I think Kai Wang only 4 lost and is at 75 HP, which is a crazy difference there. So really, really nice opener from Cam here. From these items, since we've already made the Void Staff, the only thing that's kind of awkward is this bow. What is this bow meant to become? Because I could see like a JG Vow, I could see an Archangel Steadfast. Yeah, I like Archangel Steadfast a lot here. And then I guess you just have to sit on the bow for now. Yeah, this looks quite nice. Good, solid AP item. The Steadfast, you know, great to make a good tank item onto the Scion here. And yeah, you need the AP in this spot, and we'll likely need the AP later depending on what we're gonna play. So the Archangels might actually even be better than the JG, depending on what board we end up playing. But if it's a unit that really likes getting a lot of AP, who doesn't have a lot of natural AP from traits, Archangel will be really, really nice here. All right, second augment here, and the game starts to get a little crazy because we do hit Prismatic second. Once again, actually, I would be defaulting Destiny here, but we'll see. I mean, it certainly can't be Trifecta. I don't want Indecision here. We see Koro, and yeah, we are going to take the Destiny here, just saying Coronation not good enough here. We get the Quadruple Rods augment here, which is not amazing, actually. Ooh, check this out. Wow. That is quite the roll down. So we roll how much on 6 here? What do we start from? This is our board state where we actually roll a lot on 6 here, saying, you know, we have Bard pair, we have Sona pair, we have a lot of other stuff, you know, high roll potential like Noxus units and things like that. So yeah, we opt to roll a lot here. And I think the big thing that does cause us to roll deep here is the fact that we hit this Mundo pair and this Alawi pair. Oh, and we have Briar pair. Yeah, I mean, look, we're literally sitting on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs here, I think. Yeah, 5 pairs in this spot here. So the value of rolling is pretty high here. We actually don't get rewarded that hard, though. We just hit the Bard too, who will be able to hold these AP items pretty nicely here. And yeah, we can just move the support item and the Void Staff over to the LeBlanc here. But honestly, all things considered, we didn't get that much out of the rolls. Now, the upside is they are rolls that we just got out of Calc Loss, out of Bard, so it's not like we had to like commit a bunch of econ to this. But obviously, it does feel a little bit bad to roll here. But once again, just showing Cambulee's willingness to spike his board, to use his econ to spike in a spot like this, and I mean really open himself up for the possibility to get rewarded here. I think a lot of players would just not roll a single time here and bleed out a bunch of HP and die here. But even just hitting that Bard too, I mean, it's enough of a spike that this is going to save us some significant HP here. We do pick up the Koboko here, who we can just play as a nice bruiser and invoker onto this board here. And then we do have this Lysandra that we can get in later. And yeah, look at that. I mean, that is 1,000,000,000% a Bard 2 diff, which is going to save us a bunch of HP. Obviously, we lose out on a little bit of calc loss value. The dream would have been to like 1 unit lost this, but still, saving HP is saving HP, especially in lobbies with such great players in them. Saving HP can allow you to get a top 4 when you otherwise wouldn't. I like Giant Spelt here a lot. I imagine this is just going to sit on frontline for a little while as, a Warmogs and Anima Visage. I mean, you could make Nashers, but I don't think you can. Like, theoretically, it's an item that you can build, but in practice, yeah, I mean, if you made Nashers here, your items would be horrible. It kills your heal cut item and kills your tank component here, so let's not do that. Let's just chill on this board here, play our 4 Bruiser, and have a very, honestly, nice board for this stage. We will lose to some people who are playing like really, really strong boards, but overall, if we fight pretty reasonable boards, we should win here. And yeah, I mean, we're fighting Emilio too, so we take a close loss, and I mean, I don't think Cambulee minds at all. We are going to make that calc loss, make that reroll value, get that Bard as well. So yeah, not bad at all here. Team plannering out more of like a Noxus board in this spot, just saying, I have the LeBlanc already. I've stacked up the Scion a lot already. Why shouldn't I play into a Noxus as our kind of like early late game, our stage 4 board? And then we can go from there, figuring out if we do have the ability to truly fast 9 in this spot. Because right now it's sketch, right? We don't really have the goal to truly fast 9. If we do hit some kind of really nice econ augment last, then fast 9 opens up a lot more as an option. But for now, we are going to have to stabilize pretty decently on 8. I don't think you can really carry a Bard 2 on 8 and feel good about it at all. I think that is going to cause us to lose a lot of HP, but we'll see. We'll see how Cam navigates this stage here. We do not pick up the red buff component, so we are just... Wowza! He just typed in chat. Oops. I mean, just goes to show how like players who are absolute beasts can still make big mistakes here. So he did not mean to slam that Ionic Spark, obviously. We already have Void Staff. I think he forgot that he had the Void Staff slammed here, and so now we actually have double MR Shred. So actually a big miss from Cambulee here, but I mean, it always just, in a weird way warms my heart when somebody is like literally this good at the game, like basically won regionals and still makes mistakes like that, because it just shows, I mean, everybody has so much room to improve in TFT. And also, you know, if you in your own games are playing it and you see, oh my God, I can't believe I slammed double shred. Well, literally this guy who basically won regionals did the same thing. So, but obviously a bit of a slip up here. Exclusive custom, I mean, I don't really love any of these that much. I mean, you clearly, I don't think you can take. I was going to say there is no world in which you can take this because our board is a pile of garbage right now. The idea is we're going to spike this round, gives us the guaranteed 10. We actually hit the LeBlanc too, which is a pretty big upgrade. And yeah, we must spike really hard this round. Hopefully we can find something like a list too here. We are going to roll down here. And yeah, he believes that we can actually spike the board enough to actually win out on some of these fights here. We're going to get the Darius into this board, get the Fiddlesticks onto this board. Really neat pivot here. Did not take too long, and we still get to keep the 4 Bruiser in. We fit Vanquisher in with the Fiddlesticks, hit the Ambessa in. Is just a good unit. Item holder allows us to unlock Melmodarda. Okay, a beautiful round. I mean, this is a crazy take from Malicious Monetization. I thought there was no shot that you could ever take this, but this, it's a really close fight. I mean, we still get a lot of, we still get a lot here, so not the worst. We are going to continue to roll this round. Wow. Yeah, just rolls a couple of times here and then kind of says, you know what? This 5 Noxus board, I like this a lot, dropping out of the 4 Bruiser because it's 4. Oh, okay, never mind. I hate it. I kind of liked playing the Noxus there, but I think his idea is that I need the frontline on this board, and then adding a couple of extra Noxus units really doesn't do all that much. Extra frontline's going to buy time for the Fiddlesticks and stuff like that. Wow. So, I mean, not the world's best malicious monetization. At the end of the day, it farmed us like 20-something gold, and gave us that upfront gold. Maybe in the high 20s. I definitely don't think we reached 30 gold here, but not the worst. At the end of the day, still a decent amount of gold to pick up from, and it does put us into this spot here where we've put a lot of gold into our board already. We have a lot of upgrades, but we still also have a lot of gold to work with here, right? So we can theoretically push 9 here. And he is going to look at that here. So we're going to move the items down to the Melmodarda. We are going to get out of Bruiser here and into 5 Noxus here. So we kind of waffled a little bit on the decision, but decided at this point that this is what we should play here. That Mel is going to be a much more consistent AP carry on this board. I like this a lot, actually. See, the problem in our last fight is having such an itemized Fiddlesticks in that spot is just, it's awkward because Fiddle's going to blink to the front line and die. We actually have a really solid frontline in this Taric too that we ended up hitting. And so I do like playing this a lot more front to back with something like the Mel as our item carry as opposed to something like the Fiddlesticks here. So I like this setup a lot more. And I mean, you can see we win that fight. We have pretty good odds of winning this fight as well. So yeah, we will have used the malicious monetization to just make it straight to 9 here. Was a little bit of a bumpy ride, but I mean, we're here and now. We can even sack 5-1 to make it a 5-2 and have a lot more gold to work with here. We'll see if that's what we want to do. It looks seriously like the answer is no here because we want to unlock the Rise here onto 5-1. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot here. Going for these early unlocks on 4-7, and we still have enough gold to do it, right? I mean, 29 gold in our pocket here. I'm going to get some more for minions, have some more on bench here. Like, it's actually not bad at all. We can pick up the Rise. Ooh, we pick up the 2-star Swain here, which is big. We pick up Azir here as well. We get the Silas unlock here. This is looking really, really nice. We are still playing 5 Noxus. Usually, you end up pivoting down into, not quite a 5 Noxus here. Ooh, he's going to move the TG up to Silas. I like this a lot. And then actually, yeah, just going to finish it out with a tank Anima, an Anima Visage here. I mean, the TG onto Silas looks fantastic here. We need a lot of items in this spot here. And look how close this fight is. Mel doing good work, but we are going to end up losing this fight here. I think, can you guys hear that? I think it's my cat trying to bust into my room. Well, she breaks in, she breaks in. She learned how to turn doorknobs, and so she loves to do that. Okay, this is more of a getting towards kind of a standard Fast 9 Noxus board here. LeBlanc will eventually be cut from this board, but the thing is you can't really cut LeBlanc until you hit some of your carries to start here. So we will continue to keep LeBlanc onto this board here. The Silas will do pretty good work. The Rise pretty good work. This is an insanely close fight that we are going to lose, which does unlock Nasus, which is actually a pretty nice unlock here. And yeah, will encourage us to just sell out of this. Oh my god, this is a rough fight though. I mean, we didn't hit any of our upgrades here, so now we have everything 1-starred. I mean, I mean, we just have to live. We just have to position perfectly. Swaps everything to the left side here. We rotate it to Setsuko, right? Yeah, Setsuko has a very nice board here. Doesn't have the Darius 3 just yet, though. So maybe we can blow through this front line. And yeah, we can. Yep, the Mel doing good work. The Rise doing good work. The Taric actually lives at the end there. And man, so similar to this the Marcel game that we talked about you know, a few days ago, but just on a razor thin edge, right? Two life. If we, I mean, this is a crazy way to think about this, but if we had just not saved 2 of that HP that we saved on stage 2 from that really, really tight stage 2 play, we would be dead right now. And we would not be hitting Rise 2 here. We would not be spiking immensely. And I mean, it would actually be an 8th, maybe a 7th this game. I didn't see when Broseph died, but it just goes to show like how much those little things matter. And just impeccable stuff like this puts you into a spot where now look at this. We have the Rise 2, which really allows us to turn the corner here and have an insanely strong board. We have Mel farming on her way to a Radiant item. Usually that is the curtains that come down on the game. If Mel can reach a Radiant item, it is impossible to ever catch up with this board. But, you know, we're still pretty far away from that. The main thing we're looking for at this point are the rest of the upgrades, right? We still need Mel Medarda 2. We still need the Silas 2. We still even need just a Nasus 2 would be nice just to have some extra frontline. Even an Azir 2 to have some extra frontline to play around because leveling up does make the Sand Soldiers upgraded. We are still just continuing to clump everything over to the right side here. Want to make sure Mel and Rise are focusing same targets and can just nuke everybody down here, and we can. So that is going to be another fight win for us. On the way to Renekton, though, the only thing about Renekton on this line is how do you actually fit him? The answer is either you go 10 or you cut Taric, and I mean, actually, if we had Nasus 2, you could actually think about cutting Taric. Obviously, you would lose the Targon for Rise, and so I'm actually really curious if we do hit Nasus 2, and we do hit the Renekton unlock here. Is this something that we want to play towards? I'm actually really curious to see what we do here. I'm actually pretty surprised he doesn't move items over to the Silas here, but I think his idea is that Silas with Titans is actually pretty nice. The Bramble's just going to keep him alive longer, and moving these items off Mel is a really big opportunity cost. So I think it is likely that if we do roll like really good, if we roll TG items that we can conceivably move to someone else, you can move the items up. But okay, we do with the Renekton here. Really curious to see what the call is. Do we want to... That is Renekton too if you want it. And oh my god, we have AD items here. Oh, so he keeps the Taric on the board and opts to just cut out of... who do we cut here? Oh, we just cut the Nasus himself. Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. We don't really need the Nasus frontline. I was thinking of the value of 3 Shurima, but... at the end of the day, 3 Shurima doesn't really do all that much here. And he would rather... Okay, so this is the idea, is that we'll play Renekton, but we would rather keep the Targon in here. He is, at this point, yep, going to swap items over because they're just such good items on Renekton. And we are still 1 life here. And we did get the Radiant item cash in. It was a Radiant Vow, which is just so good, right? The Swain is going to be so tanky, so casty. I mean, at this point, can anybody beat us? I think the answer is just... Well... We will look at Setsuko's board because Setsuko is a pretty capped Noxus reroll board, and those type of boards can win. They certainly can win. So Cambulee here is going to roll down here, finds the Mel 2, finds the Nasus 2. Does at this point, yeah, so he kind of goes back, and now that he has Nasus 2, opts to make the swap out here. I think it makes sense. Rotate into Setsuko's board. We've hit every upgrade that we can. Move everything over to the Nasus here. Good Silas ult here. Good Swain ult here. The Darius is insanely tanky, though, and right now we don't have the single target to burst it down, and we do lose the game. I mean, yeah, Cam did not win a single game on the final lobby. I mean, he would have been the champion if he had, which... Unfortunate. I mean, an immaculately played game by Cam. I mean, just beautifully played. I really like the fact that we stabilized on that 2 HP that we saved stage 2, right? Had we not saved that HP, this game literally would have been like a 7th or an 8th, but instead it's a top 2, which I know, you know, it's sad that it was not a top 1, but still a beautifully played game and so close to being a top 1. I think a little bit of maybe like positioning diff at the end there could have actually even potentially swung this fight. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitch and Metafy, all my other links down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, as always.